Harry has received a cautionary note regarding the Invictus Games as concerns arise that Meghan Markle could overshadow the event if she accompanies him to the UK for a special anniversary gathering. Harry's slated to make a return to the UK next month to commemorate the 10th anniversary of the Invictus Games, and there's speculation that he might be joined by his wife and their 2 children for the occasion. Meghan hasn't visited the UK since 2022 and has shown no inclination to undertake a visit to Harry's homeland since then. In remarks made to GB News, royal expert Angela Levin cautioned Harry that by bringing his wife along he might risk us stealing the spotlight from both himself and the significant milestone being celebrated. Speaking to host Nanette Q, Miss Levin said, "I think Harry's really outside the door when it comes to who's in the spotlight." Speaking of the forthcoming games in 2025, which will take place in Canada, she went on to say that many Canadians have asked if she can do anything to stop the games from being in Canada. Miss Levin said, "Canada don't want Meghan taking over. She comes over, she does a speech, she does a second speech, and she leads people down the path, the winners. They say that she knows nothing about fighting and going in wars, and it was Harry's job, and I think they feel quite sorry for him. They're angry, so I don't think Harry's got anything to look forward to, really." Speaking of Meghan, Miss Levin concluded, "And I think that it's extraordinary attitude that she knows better than anyone. She thinks of herself as globally she made a mess." The games seem to have turned into Meghan's personal fashion exhibition. She changes outfits at least 4 times a day, and the media diligently reports on every detail. The attire, the designer labels, and even the prices. With all the expenses on her clothing, private jet travel and accommodations, one wonders if there's any budget left to support the veterans, let alone cover the security expenses. However, other royal experts believe Meghan's return to the UK is highly unlikely. While Prince Harry is scheduled to visit London in the coming months, Markle accompanying him with their children is not happening anytime soon, as the King now demands solid proof of a kid's existence. According to a source, there's been growing frustration within the palace regarding the narrative promoted by Harry and Meghan regarding their 2 children. Despite the couple's claim of having 2 children, doubts began to surface within the palace about the existence of these children. Behind closed doors, members of the royal family expressed uncertainties about ever meeting or seeing photos of Archie and Lilibet, despite Harry and Meghan residing in California. It was expected that they'd want their children to be acquainted with their British relatives, particularly the King, and share photographs. However, apart from a few carefully curated images released on the Archwell website and social media, no one within the royal family had actually seen the children. Allegedly, palace aides initiated a discreet investigation into the Sussex children. Inquiries were made with neighbours, staff in their Montecito neighbourhood, and records at Santa Barbara Cottage Hospital where the children were supposedly born. However, no evidence corroborating Meghan's pregnancy or the existence of small children could be found. No photographs, medical records, or birth certificates for Lilibet.